Everything I'll be presenting you guys will be available with my Amazon associate link, so you can purchase these from Amazon. Just to be transparent, you will get a discount with these links for these books, and it also pays me a commission. So when you use the link to get the book, I get a little something, you get a lot something. All right, just to be clear. So with that being said, let's get into it. Welcome back. About to do another read and review. All right, this book, I love this book because it's not very popular. It just came out not too long ago, just a few years ago. This book is a major gem. By now, you should get that I love books with a message delivered with a story. I'm not really big on just fundamental statistics and all of the informational books. Like, they're fundamental, yes, they're necessary, they're cool. I got quite a few of them, and I do read them out of necessity, but the ones that really stick with me has a story that captures me, okay? And this book is one of those books. Victory favors the fearless. By Darrin Donnelly. It's how to defeat the 7 fears that hold you back. And man, this book was powerful. I've read it a few times. Every time I get to a cross point where I feel confused, I feel like I don't know what to actually do, I go to this book because I realize that that's fear setting in. It's not that I don't know what to do, it's just that I'm afraid of the next step, what it might look like and stuff like that. And fear holds no power over you, man. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let fear hold you back. The author name is Darrin Donnelly. Shout out to him. I'm going to put his contact info in the description. Okay. Victory favors the fearless. What this book states, right, is that fear is the strong, unpleasant emotion that expects something bad to happen. You expect something bad to happen, and usually you tend to get what you expect. So that's what fear is. And I love how he dives into it, right? He gives you a list of 7 fears. Now, how this book is constructed is this book is based off a boxer who is going through, the trials and tribulations of becoming the world champion. So with that, he faces 7 fears. And the 7 fears are, I will go ahead and give you those. The 7 fears are the fear of what other people think. No matter how much we try to say we don't care what other people think, at some point, at some level, yes, we all do. But the fear of what people think, the negative connotations, that's what holds you back. The fear of what people think is number 1. Number 2, the fear of change. It's a fear that we all have, and it's a fear that we all must conquer, because change is a constant. No matter what, change gonna come, okay? Number 3 is the fear of making the wrong decision. If you're a leader, leaders lead with action, they make decisions, you attack and adapt. You go forward, make a decision, stand on it, put some action behind it, get a result, analyze the result, make another change, and keep on moving. Just keep making decisions forward, okay? You're never going to be perfect. Keep making decisions, keep going, all right? Number 4 is the fear of missing out on something, that FOMO, the fear of missing out. That is the reason why I don't get as much sleep as I should. It's because I feel like I'm missing something. If I'm up, I'm able, So I don't get as much sleep as I should, or used to get as much sleep as I should. I'm working on it now, okay? It's the fear of missing out on something better, which will make you stagnant when we know we need to be taking action and moving forward, okay? And number 5 is the fear of not being good enough. That one hit home. That one hit home because it's comparison, and with comparison, it's a negative. It's a negative thing when you compare yourself to others. You compare yourself to everybody on Instagram, social medias, on the social media sites, everybody that's around you. You know, a lot of people be bluffing and they be capping, right? And they be talking like they are millionaires when you work right beside them. Who's to say the stranger that's putting on like he's one too isn't doing the same thing? And even if they aren't and they're there, there's something that you can learn from them versus, you know, comparing yourself to them and dwindling down yourself and devaluing yourself, okay? The fear of not being good enough. I've suffered that fear many times. Number 6 is the fear of failure, right? But not just the fear of failure, but the fear of failure being permanent. Most of the time, whatever you failed at, you only fail when you stop. You only fail when you quit. The failure is only permanent when you stop trying, when you give up. Alright? Otherwise, there's something there to learn from, and you can keep rolling, you can keep going. You can build. This is how we improve, okay? So, failure is not a permanent thing. It only becomes permanent when you stop trying. So the fear of failure being permanent is a strong one. And the last, number 7, fear, that most common fear that the author says we all face is the fear of being due for a setback. That one is the reason why I keep on picking this book back up. Because I feel like every time things are going good, something bad it gotta be running. I can anticipate it. I can feel it. Something about to happen. It's too good. I'm happy. I got money. I got love. Things are working. Things are in action. I'm healthy. What's going on? What's going on? Right? So the fear of being due for a setback is a prominent one for me, and I had to keep on going back to this. Now, the good thing about all of these is they all have a common theme. They all have a common solution. Action conquers fear. Okay? Action conquers fear. You learn that from this book. It says, acknowledging fear is not admitting defeat. Acknowledging fear is not admitting defeat. Okay? You can't solve a problem that you're unaware of. You have to acknowledge the problem in order to be able to overcome it. So acknowledging fear is not admitting defeat. You're simply taking the process to overcome and conquer what it is that's holding you back. Okay? Then in this book, he dives into faith. He says it's faith versus fear. Which one are you going to choose? You can't have both. You're either acting in faith or you're either acting out of fear. You're either sitting in faith or sitting in fear. Alright? Faith versus fear, they're both in the mind. They're both anticipating and expecting something to come. But shift your focus from fear of a negative outcome to faith in a positive one. Alright? Shift your focus from the fear of a negative outcome to the faith of a positive one. And he also says, just to wrap it up, that one of the best ways to defeat fear is to experience the very thing that you're frightful of, that you're fearful of. What are you afraid of? Right? This is courage. That is courage in action. It's not that you're not afraid, it's just that you're going head first into it anyway, even out of fear. And most of the time, you'll realize that you've just been overthinking. It's not as bad as you've been pondering. It's not nearly as frightful as it seems, especially when you get some experience behind it. So whatever you're afraid of, do it anyway. Do it anyway. Overcome that. Shout out to the author, Darrin Donnelly. His links will be down here. He has a series of these books. The collection is called Sports for the Soul. You can go to sportsforthesoul.com to learn more about these books. You can go to sportsforthesoul.com to get the collection, to be added to the newsletter, get any updates for any more books. He's been writing books, I believe, since 2016. Not long. I think there's 6 books in the series so far, and this is the first one that I picked up, and it is a missile. It is fire. It is a jewel. I love this book. Definitely in my top 10, and I can't wait to read the rest of them, man. So yes, please hit the link in the description. Get this book, okay? Use my link, use my Amazon associate link to get this book, and read it, overcome those fears, and propel yourselves to the next journey in life, all right? Much love. This has been the Read and Review.